What's going on, everybody? This is the Objective Jerk. How you doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Uh, yeah, what's up? Trying to think of this. Not much going on about me, which I don't think anybody really cares. Seems like the ones where I just kind of share my own whatever. Nobody's like, yeah, we don't care, dude. That's fine. That's fine. Go fuck yourself. Ah, dang it. I say the F word at least once in every episode. I'm trying not to. I really am. But I mean, not just in my podcast, but just in life in general, I guess. I don't know. But man, it's too late. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Let's see. I don't know. What do you guys think is inappropriate for like jokes and things? Like, is there I mean, I know like the left and the woke, they're, oh my gosh, you can't joke about nothing. But even like, with the roasting and some of the joke, some of the like worst tasteless jokes are the funniest, you know what I mean? Or just maybe not tasteless. Like what is tasteless, I guess? Cuz I mean, there's some pretty horrendous things in the world and life and in history, but when a joke is written right that incorporates that, it it's funny, and laughter is the best medicine, right? So what, I don't know. Some people have a pretty sick sense of humor. I don't think I have a sick sense of humor, but I'm not far from it. So um just to kind of clarify why I'm even talking about this. There Aubrey Plaza, I think. I always said Audrey, but I think it's Aubrey. She's an actress. She was on that show. Dang it, not the Community. I can't remember what it's called, but she was on a show that I remember watching, and you know, she's not like you know pretty in a normal kind of sense, but like a lot of it's kind of her attitude and stuff. And she's been some other things too. So she has like a sexiness about her, right? And a lot of people like agree with it. And I didn't even know she was married, but sadly her husband passed away, and I didn't. I think I was a little late. It was a few days after, but I just saw a thing that her husband died, and I immediately was like, oh, so there's probably lots of people like, oh, you know what I mean, like, stupid normal people that like think they have some sort of chance or whatever. So anyway, so I made like a little meme that just has the headlines of the guy, director, whatever, this age, husband of Aubrey Plaza, dead at whatever. And then I put the thing from Dumb and Dumber. It's like, so you're saying there's a chance. I don't know. It's all right. I thought it was kind of funny, but I posted it on a couple things. But I'm always late to the game, so I haven't really gotten much reaction from it. But then I learned that he died by suicide, so I quit pushing it out there. I didn't get rid of it. I didn't delete it, but I don't know. I don't really. I don't know. I don't like to make jokes about suicide. But there are some still ones out there that are kind of funny, that kind of, especially when they come from nowhere. I don't know. It's just like, what was a joke where it was, oh, what was it? Gosh, I can't remember now. But it was like, it just kind of caught you off guard. It's just those jokes that just come from out of nowhere. They may be, kind of in a, it's not, I don't know how to explain it, but it's funny. And a part of it is just because how messed up it is. That's what makes it funny. So I don't know. So like, what's when is it too soon or whatever, you know what I mean? What's off limits? I mean, being a famous person, it's kind of different. Like if a friend of mine, let's say I was single and a friend passed away, so then his wife was obviously, and maybe like she was hot, and then I said something like that. I think that would be distasteful, you know what I mean? Um, but that's kind of the shitty thing about being a celebrity is you kind of, there's no, you're not off limits. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think this is making sense. Anyway, that's not why I'm doing this. Maybe I should just edit that out. Anyway, so I saw the video of, did I write it down? Yes, Mark Zuckerberg. He posted a video about some of the changes that they're doing to Facebook. They're changing the location to, I don't know if it's for Facebook, but just some of the people that work for Facebook, or I don't know. I don't know if it was like Facebook entirely. It was moving to Texas or whatever. And they're basically getting rid of the fact checkers and everything, And I think it's good. But it's hard to say, I was sorry, my wife's texting me. I was never really much into Facebook when I lived in the States. I would get on there like every couple years, and I'm for like a day or two, I might post something, like something, talk to some people, and then that's it. Then I don't get on for like months or even longer. You know what I mean? I wasn't really into Facebook. And it wasn't until I moved here in the States because, I'm over here. So the best way for me to kind of stay in contact with people back in the States was Facebook. So that's when I started using Facebook. And since I moved here, I get on probably almost every day. Just a quick check or whatever, say hi and this and that, And then, but when I came here, it was the beginning of, the whole COVID bullshit. And the censorship on Facebook, which Mark Zuckerberg admitted to, was insane, And a lot of the people that you see stuff where people are like, oh my God, he's now it's going to be like, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. There's not going to be any safe space, or, there's just going to be all kinds of, no fact checking. It's like, it wasn't fact checking, it was censorship, and they don't get that. Just because they were not, just because they could post anything they wanted from the left and nothing happened. And then you would post something like I used to, I'd post stuff that's like just nothing. They were nothing burgers. I don't know why I say that, but or maybe it was an actual fact, but maybe there was like a small detail that wasn't quite correct, 100%, or whatever. And the fact checkers would find something like that and then be like, oh, this is false. But it actually isn't. It's just like one little, his name wasn't, Richard, it was Dick. Or his name wasn't Dick, it's Richard, so the whole thing is false, things like that. It was just like more and more stuff was getting flagged, you can't. And it was just like, what the crap, dude? And, are there things that get posted that people share without really looking into? Yeah, stuff that's BS. But, that's just people that, it's kind of, it should be up to the individual to figure out, fact check yourself. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that started fact checking, when they would see something before they would post stuff, they would do their own fact checking on it. And then they slowly started to become conservative because they started to see all the censorship and the BS. So I was like, dude, I totally got rid of my Facebook. Or no, I remember I think I stopped. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get off of it. But then they kind of keep it on the back burner for like 30 days. So if you log back in, then everything's fine, because I'm sure a lot of people. So then that happened to me, and I was like, man, okay, fine, whatever. I'll kind of, do whatever. And then I had, all my liberal friends from back home that were like, dude, this is why we don't follow you, because I supported Trump and stuff. And I wasn't like, oh, you guys are stupid. Trump. It was just like, having little debates. It was about like doing what was it? It was something in school. I can't remember. It was, well, anyway, something woke whatever in school. And I was like, I don't, they shouldn't do that in school and this and that. And then all of a sudden they were all like, and I'm like, you know what? And they're like, I don't know. I can't, this is horrible. Anyway, I was like, you know what? We haven't been friends longer than we were friends. I mean, these were friends I was friends with in high school and immediately after. So it's been, forever since we were actually, by now it's like close to 20 years, really,
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thanks again for listening to The Objective Jerk. I greatly appreciate it. If you could, like, subscribe, comment on wherever you're finding this, and you can also email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. So, hope you're enjoying it, and please continue on with the episode. So I was just like, well then, why are we, if you guys can't even have some sort of debate about something and just like don't follow because I like Trump, and which, I guess that, whatever. So I was like, you know what? Then I totally just deleted my account. I was like, this is just, what's the point? There's no point. The people I was wanting to kind of keep in touch with don't like me because I like Trump. And so it's like, well, then why am I even on here? This, like, it's stupid because they censor everything. You can't, you know what I mean? And then I quit like posting like personal stuff because I didn't want to use Facebook what it was originally intended for, So I got off for like a month or two, and then I got back on, but it was just mainly for my podcast. I didn't, and then all I did was just post anti-Biden, anything I could find to show how retarded the left is and the Biden administration. Dude, I would post that and then I'd get off, and get off. And then slowly I started kind of like, okay, I started getting friends that I knew were, sane and not liberal retards and, kind of whatever. But I'm still, I still don't use Facebook as it's intended. You know what I mean? I get on, I'll post some stuff, I'll like some stuff, I'll share some stuff, but I don't really like personal things, like which was like what Facebook was originally meant, like, oh, look at Blake, oh, he's doing this, and oh, you can see, I don't post anything really like that. If people want, friends or whatever want to see that kind of stuff, they'd have to go to my wife's, So that's kind of how I've been. And the reason I got back on Facebook was because here in the Philippines, it's the primary way that people communicate here, You can't, like, people that have any kind of businesses or selling anything. Anything. It's like, marketplace on Facebook. You can't, if you Google like a business, any information, you got to go to Facebook. You know what I mean? So it's like it's almost a requirement to have any kind of, I don't know, just to do anything here in the Philippines. It's all Facebook, So it's kind of crazy. So that was the reason I started doing it. But I didn't want to be like, you know what? I'm gonna stick it to the man. I'm not gonna be, what Facebook is. I'm just gonna shit on Facebook and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So that was my whatever. So now with this video where Zuckerberg is talking about getting rid of the fact checkers who were all like liberal retards, or at least like cutting them down or making them like, I guess on exits they do like people that see it will like they will report it and say, hey, I think this is whatever this is. I can't remember what they call it, but community noted or whatever. Yeah, and it's fair because because the you could like there was all kinds of garbage from the left, and they've admitted that the government used the Facebook. You know what I mean? Like it's all out there, you know, and that they were just pushing all the left stuff, whether it was bullshit or not, and everything that was right wing and that was anti-vax, no, community no, or not community no, but fact check this. So all this bullshit. So they're now kind of straightening it to where it's fair for everybody, right? Right now. And some of the retarded lefts are just like, oh my God, it's like they just really have no clue. The thing is, though, is like 10, 20 years from now, I think things are going to be reversed, because think about when Bush W was president, and it was like the Republicans were like looked at as the warmongers and I mean, all politicians were evil, really, but they were kind of looked at as the bad ones and the evil ones and this and that. And even when I was in the Army, I kind of felt that way. But I had the whole 9/11 thing that kind of was fueling my, to join the Army and everything like that. But I didn't really pay attention to much of that crap then. And, but it's just like, and then everything just kind of changed, to be all the people that were like anti, establishment and anti-control and all this kind of stuff, it like flips. And now the liberals are like, oh, you must do what the government tells you, this and that. And it's just like, what? And so, I mean, I think it's going to change again, like I said, like 10, 20 years from now, it's going to flip again, or it's going to be, Democrats aren't going to be Democrats. I still think they're going to be gone, or there's going to be new parties that are going to be created, but and then it's going to change again. It's just kind of weird. Everything changes just like fads. It's like politics and just like anything else, it's just fads, So for a brief moment, it was popular to be, just in the woke crap that was going on, But then majority of people are like, okay, no, this is enough. This is stupid. And everybody started waking up. So now the majority I don't think the majority of the people were into the wokeness, but it was just a lot of people just don't pay attention. But it got so crazy that they started paying attention, and then look what happened, right? But then eventually, so everybody that was paying, they like, okay, we set everything straight. Now it's time to live my life. And they don't pay attention. And then it's going to come back around again. And then all the evil people in politics and this and that are going to, yeah, look, I want to do this. And then they're just going to slowly try and corrupt it. And then again, people who aren't paying attention are going to notice, and they're going to have to correct it again. It's almost like a system reset. I don't know. The whole thing is just nuts. But if you kind of just look at society and pop culture and just kind of see how the everything just kind of goes through these cycles and stuff, like even just like with fashion, it happens with everything. It's like you would think that we would get to a point where there's no segregation and no racism, but it's like it came back full force, and it was just like, what? I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. The one thing though I find kind of interesting is Zuckerberg. You guys remember when he was like in Congress talking about whatever, and he just looked like a pasty, waxy looking alien that was like, you know what I mean? He looked straight up like one of the lizard people, and there's memes and jokes about it, right? And then he just looked like the typical, liberal, never leaving their home, always on the computer, kind of person, orders their food, has it brought to them, and I mean, the guy's, billionaire, but, just like probably was a vegan, and then he started, all of a sudden I remember seeing posts where he's like smoking meats. He's like, ooh, we're smoking and cooking meats and meats. You know, he's just like, I remember thinking like, what the fuck is this dude? He's like psycho. And he had all the smokers and cookers and stuff. But then now you see him, he's got a little color. Maybe it's makeup. You know, maybe it's all fake because he's a chameleon. He's a lizard. And he's just trying to get, you know, be on the side that has the most. Wow. He's trying to be on this, because that's kind of what it is. It's, you know, politics is like trying to be on. It's not the right side, left side, or whatever. Just the side where all the people are agreeing with. You know, the support of all the people. And so that's like kind of what's going on with. You know, I should make sure my stuff is still recording. Hold on, I just realized that. Hello. Yeah. Okay. But. You know, he's got color, his hair, you know, he looks more like a normal person. He looks more like a dude. And it's like, he started smoking the meats and eating the meats and being more manly and having testosterone. And now it's making him think clearly. And he's changing all these things about Facebook. Okay, so you could have, you know, he's just, because Trump won in office and he doesn't want to get screwed, is part of it probably. He's one thing he could, you know, he's a lizard person, or one is just because he started being a real man. And you start looking about like how they're like trying to get rid of the cis man, you know, the you know, going to the gym and just being a masculine man. They're trying to get rid of that in Hollywood and everything. And it makes you think like, well, why would they do that? Why would they try and get people to wear man buns and just be a vegetarian and be a feminine man? Because they have no common sense. They can't think straight, I guess. I mean, it makes sense to me because look at Mark Zuckerberg. Now he's like becoming an actual man and he's making smart and common sense decisions. And you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of funny to me. You know, and I'm not saying that like, oh, you gotta be, you know, fucking, I said that word. Jim, you know, hey, man, how much do you lift, bro? How much do you lift? You know, I mean, because there is too much of a good thing, you know. So, and those individuals take too much testosterone. You know, the you know, what the heck is the crap called when they inject them to get big muscles? What is it called? Anyway, dude. So, you know, but there is, you know, you get too much of it and then you get angry and this and that and whatever. But it's like, but if you have too little of it, then you're like this weakling, feminine, lizard looking, waxy person that can't make, you know, rational decisions. So you gotta have testosterone, a little bit of testosterone. We're meant to, we're men. We're supposed to have testosterone, you know? You can have a little bit more or, you know, maybe a little less, but you go too far, less testosterone or too much, and it doesn't work. You know, it's just like anything else. Too much of anything or too less is not good. What is that called? Oh man, steroids. Jeez, there we go. So, you know, I just think it's kind of funny when you look at when COVID happened and it's like, oh, they closed the gyms and the church, all these things that kind of represent a rational male. You know, you have family, you go to the gym, you exercise to be healthy, and you know, you go to church, keep your soul right, your mind right. You go to the gym to keep your body right and your mind right, and you eat what you're supposed to eat. And they're trying to, you know, vilify eating beef and all this other stuff, you know. Ooh, eat bugs and eat tofu and all this BS, you know what I mean? Because why? Didn't you think it was kind of weird that they closed? You couldn't go to the gym, you couldn't go to church. I mean, there was other things too, but you could go to Walmart and all this other crap. You know what I mean? It's like Walmart. I hated Walmart. I'm so glad I haven't been to a Walmart now in 5 years. It's awesome. Anyway, Where am I at? I am, oh dang, 24 minutes. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to kind of, I just thought it was kind of funny, the progression or the changes in Zuckerberg, you know, and just kind of how it reflects everything that's been going on in the last 5 or 10 years, whatever you want to call it. And just how much change Trump winning is doing, and all the winning. You know what I mean? Like, I know the left is just going absolutely nuts. Most people are just like whatever, going on with their lives. But you have those individuals that are just going insane. And like I said, with all these things going on, all these wins that the right's having, you know, the Facebook, all stuff, people are going to lose their mind, and they're going to sadly take their own life, you know, which is what I was talking about before. I don't condone it. I don't like to celebrate that, no matter who it is, you know. So, was my joke distasteful? Yeah, maybe a little bit. I think it was kind of funny, but I saw some other stuff where people were saying something similar, so I don't feel like overly bad. But like I said, once I learned that the guy, I guess, yeah, committed suicide, I didn't post it on everything and stuff, so I was like, yeah, I'll just leave it alone. But anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think. Thanks for hanging out. God bless, and I will see you guys next time. All right, bye. You just put yourself through another episode of The Objective Jerk. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Please email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, comment, wherever you find this, follow. It all helps. But thanks again, and I'll see you next time.